Countdown so you could get.
Your life.
Okay, we'll call the Chalmers Town Council meeting for Tuesday, April 28th, 2026 to order at 6:02 p.m. We'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I apologize if my voice goes completely out. Amy's gonna step in. And okay, Brianne is here for the emailed you. Yes, I was like, I wasn't sure who was coming. Okay, you are up.
All right, I just have one amendment for you guys tonight. It's amendment to zoning ordinance 889, chapter 7, renewable energy systems, chapter 12, administration, chapter 14, definitions, and appendix A, official schedule of uses. Referring to said petition to amend the White County, Indiana zoning control ordinance, please be advised that this petition was properly advertised by the White County Area Planning Commission. This petition was heard in a public hearing on April 13th, 2026 by the Area Planning Commission, and that this petition was voted upon by the Area Planning Commission at that same meeting. The Area Planning Commission voted to recommend Amendment 889 to the legislative bodies by a vote of 10 in favor, 0 against, and 0 no recommendation. So Amendment 89 is a proposal to amend the current standards for renewable energy systems. This is a proposal for a complete repeal and replacement of Chapter 7. Again, other impacted chapters are Chapter 12, Administration, Chapter 14, Definitions, and Appendix A, Official Schedule of Uses. So obviously with the whole repeal and replacement of Chapter 7, it was the whole chapter that was amended, so I'm not gonna read the whole chapter. It's like 200 pages or whatever. I'm up here all night. So I did kind of.
You wanna read it?
Yeah. I did summarize the biggest things that we changed and that were amended within chapter 7. So I'll kind of go through that list here. If you guys have any questions while I'm reading, don't be afraid to ask. So we did add some verbiage to consider the protection of prime farmland when siting renewable energy systems. We reduced the height limit for new commercial and non-commercial WECs, which is wind energy conversion systems, to no greater than 140 feet from the ground to the tip of the blade. I do believe it used to be 300, so we greatly reduced that height limit. We removed participating and non-participating verbiage. We bookmarked the new setback table. Oh, sorry, that was a note to myself. Oh my gosh. We condensed the setback table, again, because we removed that participating and non-participating verbiage. So, it's a little bit more condensed, but we didn't leave anything out. The setback to the nearest point on the outer wall of a residential dwelling is no less than 1,000 feet from the vertical center line of the tower to the nearest point of the outer wall of the dwelling. We changed the setback to 2 miles from the Tippecanoe River shoreline. It used to be half a mile. We changed the setback to the incorporated limits of a municipality to 2 miles as well. It used to be a mile, so we changed basically all of those to 2 miles just to keep consistent. So it wasn't a mile here, half mile here, mile and a half here. That setback limit from the municipality is still able to be waived if so the municipality chooses to do so. Again, brings the setbacks into a consistent nature. 7.8.2 was over maintenance, repowering, technology, replacement, capacity, modification. Let me find it real quick. I can briefly read that. They were bookmarked and so got taken out. So I'll just read this one real quick because it's a short one. So the new verbiage here states those commercial WECs projects that were lawfully constructed and that are not in compliance with this ordinance after the effective date of this ordinance shall be permitted to continue in use under the provisions of this section. So basically saying all turbines that are here aren't going to be considered non-conforming. That would give us hundreds of non-conforming structures, which is a nightmare for our office.
So I have a quick question. On the new ones that they are putting in, aren't they going taller with those?
I believe they are, so obviously that was all permitted prior to this.
Okay.
I believe they're going taller, but they're taking away a handful, 20, they're going down to like 20 something
Okay.
rather than what was there. I don't remember the specific number, but they're taking away some turbines
Okay.
and making some of the old ones a little bit taller.
Gotcha.
In the event that a turbine or structure within a commercial WEX project requires maintenance, repowering, technology replacement, or capacity modification, the owner-operator may conduct such work without being required to bring the commercial WEX into compliance with this ordinance, provided that the work occurs within the original approved project boundary. The total number of turbines following the repower does not exceed the number authorized in the original permit. And owner or operator submits an amended permit application reflecting the updated turbine specifications. So obviously they would, anytime that there's any work done to an existing turbine, they have to resubmit an ILP within our office. Let's see. I think I just read that one. Non-conforming structures deemed to be conforming, again, for the purposes of this ordinance, WEX structures which would otherwise be deemed to be non-conforming shall be deemed to be conforming, provided that the work on the structure does not exceed the capacity granted per the section I just read. So again, you put that verbiage in there to not create hundreds of non-conforming structures. We moved all permit requirements to chapter 12, so a lot of the red lines that were in the packet that you guys might have saw within chapter 7 wasn't taken out, it was moved to chapter 12 because it was really kind of disorganized. We had a lot of the permitting stuff in chapter 7 when it should have been in chapter 12, the application process, so we kind of organized that, straightened that out. So a lot of it was moving and not erasing. We added well testing to be a required consideration of an EDA agreement. Again, we did that because we can't read well tests that are submitted to us. We don't know what any of that stuff means. So it's in the EDA agreement now and has to be read by somebody that knows how to read those and how to make that distinction there with what comes back from those studies. We advanced the lighting requirements. Basically, lighting shall be shielded and downcast, no strobe lighting, and all lights must face to the subject property so as not to spill onto adjacent properties. For battery storage fields, we increased the setback to 300 feet to a project area property line. Buildings within a property that houses a battery storage system shall be located 25 feet from each other. So how I think of it in simple terms is these look like trailers, like semi-trailers, and they now have to be 25 feet away from each little trailer that's in the project area. Buildings, I just saw that one. Prior to the issuance of an improvement location permit or building permit, submission of an approved countersigned EDA is required to be submitted to area plan. So before we can issue anything, the EDA, which goes through the commissioners, is approved through the commissioners, has to be submitted to us before we can permit anything at all. There's a lot of requirements in chapter 12 that were added. A lot of studies. I won't go through every single one that were added to that. We also changed within chapter 12 the distribution of public notice. We extended it to property owners within a 2-mile radius. The previous distribution was within 1/8 of a mile or 2 lots from the subject property. So we extended that quite a bit. Again, that basically means that letters will be sent out to any property owner within 2 miles of the project site. And the schedule of uses. The schedule of uses basically says where
Thank you.
Where these projects can be permitted at, so we did some changing here. Okay, so commercial solar energy systems, CSE, are now permitted with special exception use only. So basically that means that instead of just being outright permitted, they would have to go through the BZA, which is a 5-member board, and they would have to vote, whether or not it fits the area, that it belongs there, and that they think that it should be approved. Also the same thing, special exception only in A2, and I1 and I2. And again, that was for commercial solar energy systems. For turbines, commercial, we did the same thing. We changed it from being outright permitted to special exception use only in A1 and A2. And they've always been special exception in B2, B3, I1, I2, so we didn't change anything there. Non-commercial wind turbines. No, sorry. Commercial wind turbines we took completely out. Sorry, non-commercial. Again, our special exception use only in the A1, A2, or R, B2, B3, I1, I2, and AED. Those, we don't really permit many non-commercial wind towers. That would be like at somebody's house or something, which I don't know that I've ever seen while I was there. And then we added some definitions in chapter 14 for some of the verbiage we added in, nothing huge. And if you guys saw anything in your packet you have any questions about with the definitions or with the appendix A, feel free to ask me. But I believe that is all for my summary.
So with a lot of those restrictions, they're hoping to retain farm ground and agriculture.
Yeah, so basically, with the height reduction was kind of the biggest, not the biggest thing, but was a big factor. There's not many wind turbines that are shorter than 140 feet. So we can't legally outright not, say no more. But reducing that height reduction, I think Tippecanoe County was another one that did a similar thing. Most of them are 300 plus feet.
Right.
So with doing that, it puts a big hinder on anything that would be permitted. So that was the purpose of that, without, kind of outright just not permitting them.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions for me?
When they replace the blades that are broke, do they have to get a smaller size, or they can retain?
They can, so that was in they wouldn't
That way we have a copy of all that is in the amendment too.
they would be deemed conforming, but they couldn't go, outside of their original project that they had submitted for, so it would have to be the same size, I believe, that was already there. And again, if something happened, that was the repower, maintenance, if anything, they would still have to come back to our office and get another permit to correct that.
I make a motion to accept the amendment to the White County, Indiana zoning control ordinance number 2026-4.
Have a motion to accept the ordinance 2026-4, the amendment to chapter 7, 12. Thank you. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. And this is also part of that process of them going through all of the, I can't think of what it's called now, where they have the company come in to redo a lot of the,
The American Structure Point? Yes, they're the ones that we worked with, that completely did the rewrite of chapter 7. One of them's mine, one of them's yours.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you want the one that says Chalmers on it?
No, that's fine, you can throw that one away.
Okay.
Or throw that sticky one away.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so American Shores Point, they're the ones that also did our comprehensive plan, which I don't have for you guys tonight because it's not been completed. We've kind of really focused on getting this one done, and obviously they kind of coincide together because the comprehensive plan is our zoning ordinance is the law, is what has to be followed, within the county. The comprehensive plan is a layout of what we want the county to look like in the next 20 years. So a lot of like the farmland and what we wanted within the county had a lot to do with the comprehensive plan. So we wanted to finish chapter 7 before we got that completed. So that will be voted on at the next APC meeting. I believe May 13th is the next APC meeting. The comprehensive plan will be presented there. And then after that's accepted, or so it's not accepted, and all the changes or deny it, then we'll be coming back around.
So starting next month, we'll be down to one meeting a month. So depending on when those fall, yeah, it's usually the first Tuesday of the month.
Okay,
Sorry, second Tuesday of the month.
second Tuesday.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
so
just enough.
if our meeting is May.
Ours is May 12th.
Okay, wait, ours is May 13th then.
You guys are on Mondays, aren't you?
Yeah,
On the 11th.
So this is May. Oh,
Yeah, Monday's May 11th and ours is May 12th.
wait, no, when are APC meeting?
They used to be on Mondays, Monday evenings.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
maybe
at
it's the
6.
11th or 18th. I'm not sure. Either
So
way.
if you do, I can kind of just pencil that in for,
Yeah, yeah.
so just let me know, because
That's
it's
fine.
easy to add.
Well, and that does have to be, the commissioners have to
Oh, they have to
approve
approve
it
it
first, so I can't remember who falls first. That's for the commissioners next month.
I know they're on Mondays, but
Yeah,
mornings, but I
they're
can't remember.
every other Monday,
Yeah,
so.
I think they're on, I'm thinking they're on the 1st and the third.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so too. So depending on, what that falls, yeah, I'll be back
Perfect.
with the comprehensive plan, so.
Perfect. Sounds
Hey.
good.
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you guys have a
Good
good
evening.
night.
You too.
Thank you. Careful going on. Will do, thank you.
Okay, so we need to schedule the public hearing, which we can do on May 12th, correct?
It's already scheduled.
Yes, well,
I
I didn't
have
know
to-
this
yeah.
before that. So I have it
Yeah.
scheduled May 12th for the additional appropriation ordinance and resolution. And it was posted in Gateway.
Is it 6 o'clock?
It'll be 6 o'clock, yes.
Okay.
Sorry. And that'll
Did-
be,
Evidently, you guys didn't get an email from Rebecca?
No.
what was it about?
The date and time of the thing?
Oh, yeah.
When I asked her about the date and time of the thing?
Yeah.
And then then I immediately,
What time is it?
May 12th, which
Yeah,
is our
well,
next
okay.
meeting at 6 p.m.
6.
So it'll be the public hearing first for the appropriations, and then immediately following will be the council.
okay, will that be open to the public? Yes, it's a
It
public
is,
hearing.
yes. Okay, and what it is, it's appropriations for our paving project. So we didn't budget for that because we didn't think we were gonna get it. So we have some additional appropriations that we want to add to that budgeted amount.
No matter what, you always have to do additional.
Right, but that's.
Just so you know,
Yeah,
it's a formality.
yeah.
Okay. Alright.
But for people that don't know, that's kind
Yeah.
of what it is.
Thank you.
It's for the paving project. So I've had a lot of people ask me about parkboard things, so I thought I'd just ask what your guys' plans are. A lot of people that have the younger kids, number one, I've driven by there and the splash pad looks terrible. It needs repainted.
That's
So-
that calcium buildup. I think we're always gonna fight that. It looks good when it's wet.
Yeah,
And excuse me, we discussed that last fall about having it repainted, power washed and everything, so we're quite aware of it.
but having like the company, I don't know if we could get with like Remington or Monon or some of those places if they have, or see what they do and what paint they use.
Who,
If they
whose
have-
money are you expecting to use for that?
Well, that's what I'm asking. I don't know what it costs. And then if the trustee gives you money,
Right,
maybe you could utilize that.
that
for
might be a
maintenance.
choice. I'm not sure if it'll get done this year, might be the
Yeah.
fall time before it gets done.
Yeah.
Well, both, go ahead.
They both recycle their water, I believe, and don't have
they
that
do.
issue, so they don't have
Okay.
calcium in the water.
That
So,
makes sense.
put softeners in there, take care of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be costly too.
And,
But
I donated the flowers
Then
for
paint.
the actual
Just concrete.
building. I could donate flowers more for like the little flower bed around the splash
They
pad.
recycle.
I mean, I could.
These are just issues that
They
people
recycle
from, that
flowers.
utilize the splash pad have brought up. So I'm just asking. And the apparatus, yes.
Also, those towns don't paint their splash pad. It's just cement.
Just got.
So if we
Just
just let it,
concrete,
if we
okay.
just let it go to concrete, then
Yeah,
Well, that's a possibility
Yeah.
too.
yeah, something to think about.
Yeah.
Which I hadn't seen Monon's, I've only been to Remington's once. And I remember it being colorful, but I don't remember if it was the apparatus,
Yeah,
cause I was just in awe at the size of it. So,
I have been, on one, no, they spent like $250,000.
they also pay somebody to man it. And if you go to, or they were, I don't know if they changed it, but in the beginning, if you had to show the ID or that, you know, that you were from Monon. If not, you had to pay $1 or $2 per person. Frankfurt also is doing that. Is Monon still doing that? Do you know?
I don't know. We'll find
I mean,
out
you'll
on
have
Thursday.
to- yeah.
On Thursday.
What they got to hire somebody.
Whoever the cop is, cop, police officer, the whole rest of the guy.
I'm not opposed to just going concrete. I mean, that would be way easier to do that, and if they seal them, that's the thing. Cause you can't make it slip.
It's already concrete, but
Yeah.
let that paint wear off,
Yeah,
so
Yeah.
it'll not look good for
that might be it,
quite a while.
yeah. The other thing was, some type of shade over the benches around the splash pad.
We've discussed that a few
And I've told
times.
people, I said, that's, Park Board has been working on that. I didn't know.
Yeah, the problem with we figure with the sales is if they're up and the storm comes in and somebody doesn't get those taken, because we've had shade tents out there that got destroyed in
Right.
storms.
I think, aren't those
no.
The
sails?
sails are anchored, aren't they?
No, they're anchored by
The cells are
concrete.
Metal poles and
Yeah.
cables. They
And
won't
it's
blow
made
away.
from actual like sailboat,
Yeah,
mast
A lot of
material.
places use it.
And I don't know if they leave them up during the winter. I assume not.
no, they don't.
Just
And
not
those
with it.
sails, they have a loose weave, so air can pass through them too, so they don't get.
Yeah, maybe we'll put this in for our budget for next year.
Yeah.
Until the meantime, I'd suggest they bring umbrellas.
Additional pea gravel for the
Yeah,
playground,
we're-
that was
We're
discussed.
correct, yeah, we discussed that.
And I've had people ask about updating the metal slide in the merry-go-round because it gets hot. for
I'm
the
sure it
kids.
does.
Most of them are little kids.
Yeah.
So I talked to Nancy a while back and she wasn't sure what she had budgeted for you guys. But she said if you guys want to put some proposals if you can get her the proposals for what your needs and wants are with estimates, then she can take it to her trustee board and they may be able to approve more than what she had allotted. But she didn't
Yeah.
remember what she had allotted.
Okay,
So that's just passing that information along.
that's good to know.
Are you guys planning to do any kind of July 4th celebration since it's the 250th?
We haven't discussed it yet, so,
Because we're getting.
yeah, we're getting close. I know last year we discussed the golf cart run, having the 4th of July theme.
Yeah.
So
When
that's
is your next
possible.
park board?
The 19th,
19. Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys will talk about that then?
Yep.
Can you let us know for sure?
Sure.
Because if not, maybe the town or
Yeah.
somebody
Do
can do something. Just,
Okay.
it doesn't have to be extravagant, but like America's 250th, it'd be kind of
Yeah.
nice to.
And you don't want to have it the weekend after because that's Brookston's.
Right.
Because the 4th is on a Saturday this year, right?
Yeah, I think so. Okay, town hall cleanup, where are we with that, with the retention breaker? I see we have two more file cabinets. Yeah,
Probably still need another 4 or 5, but
so do you think we're on track to get that done by December?
yes,
Perfect.
I guess. I mean, you got forever files that.
Yeah.
Right.
But at least we can schedule, maybe once we get closer to the end of that, we can schedule a community shred
Shred or
day.
I
something.
also talked to a company that, for 10 shits.
And get
10 cents, woo! 10 cents a sheet. Will pick up files, boxes of files, take them, scan them, divide out the do the retention, and they scan them all in, save them on there, and dispose of them. They are, when I got to looking at it,
But is that like if we have, like that's per page?
The old record book.
Yeah.
so every one of those books they would do 10. So, okay.
So like if a bank rec is 10 pages long, it's 10 cents per page?
But if it's, yes, but like if that book only, if they don't go by the book or how many are in the total box,
Oh, okay.
they go by actual ones that had to be scanned.
Oh.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mhm.
So, the other thing is they're kept, 3 different places. They are licensed, they come, they do it, they shred it, they get all.
Take care of all 10 cents.
Yes, I have the, I thought,
So
I had the quote.
is there an
here.
additional fee for the shredding and stuff, or it's just?
No, that's all in that 10 cents per sheet. But,
Is that doable, feasible, or?
well, I don't think we would be able, I think it's something we would have to, like those, we'd probably have to wait till like maybe next year or whatever. Cause I mean, what'd you say? There's probably 30, 40 books? How many?
Good books like that? Oh, yeah, probably at least.
So you're looking at,
Of the old ledger books you
Yeah.
talked about?
yeah, so you're looking at thousands and
I have
thousands of
them, I have
dollars
them
at
that
that point.
size and I have this.
I mean, cause I'm not worried about these, cause we're almost completely through these.
Yeah.
So
How far back do those ledger books go?
I think that one's
Way
early
back.
19,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, early, I don't even know.
And it would almost
I
be,
can check if you want.
it would almost make more sense to have a company that does that on a regular basis, go through the old stuff like that. Holy crap, jeez.
Yeah.
Well, they're leather.
They're heavy, you know.
Oh.
We wrote in that.
this is 1923,
Oh,
so they go early, and, I think.
for history, it might be cool to keep like one or so.
Oh, kind of cool.
Yeah.
But they'll give these back to
Oh,
us if
perfect.
we want them, but it would be nice to have them,
Yeah.
and they'll
Scanned.
they'll put them on like disc, they'll put them, they save them different.
Much easier to go through and sort to try and find something.
Yeah, there's multiple different places to keep them. And while they have them, they also will, if we need a record, they'll, within 24 hours, they'll get that record to us.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I have the.
Is that something we can like budget for?
I'll send you guys the full thing on it. I thought I stuck it in here.
Oh, definitely worth looking into.
But I did not. So.
Well, while they're scanning them, will they also index them? So if you're like, I'll look at the public littering laws, will they index like have all the?
Well, that's ordinances. That's an ordinance thing.
Yeah.
So that we have those ordinance codification books that are supposed to make those easier, but
Well, I mean, like, but will they index those? Like,
these, you'll be able to, yes, there is some kind of an indexing that they'll say like book 20, whatever book number that book is assigned, it tells you what is on the pages, like basically what is there. So,
table of contents type thing.
yeah, kind of, yeah.
Sounds good.
So,
Okay. All right. Rebecca's not here. Ken, what you got for us?
The monitoring wells, the 7, 8, 9, and 10 on First Street, we finally mapped the groundwater flow. It's flowing to the west, so it's flowing towards Country Market. So it would be kind of difficult for any contaminations to flow against ground.
That's good.
The most recent test in April 16th was negative on 7, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And the groundwater elevations are generally 7 feet above groundwater elevations. So it doesn't look like there's any contamination, but next report's due in August. So shouldn't be drinking any free hooch or anything.
That's good. Maybe I should. Maybe I'll get rid of all this.
F and K never showed up, so that beats. We have some funds to repair those streets in the grant to fix those patches for the pavement.
Okay.
And Renee's been working with the mission refund stuff. 10:30 on Thursday, we're gonna meet with Ray Riley and go over everything. 10:30 on Thursday, this Thursday.
Here,
Yeah. Community Foundation grant, I just need some letters of support. It's not due till later. Got everything written up, I just got some pictures taken, budget put together, just need some letters of support. And how many times you rent it out, if you rent it out, I mean, how much you charge or whatever, if there's a demand or anything.
What kind of letters of support?
Just whoever, if you have a Rotary Club, they wanna use it, we say, we support you renovating this thing, and we're, you know, if you have someone who rents it, maybe they could write a letter of support saying, I rent it, I want to keep it.
Okay.
Maybe Renee could write a letter of support saying she has all the money in the world to fix it. Anything at all, any groups at all that would like to, your water audit validation will be submitted before the end of May, not the August. And I will bring your consumer confidence report to Renee, so she guys can get that out as well. And I think that's all I've got. Unless you guys,
That's a lot.
are you gonna let me have that page?
yes, you can have it.
Unless, I mean, if you need it back, I'll
Nope,
just
nope,
copy
nope,
it.
those are my notes.
The wellhead thing, that was what you talked about first, or is that one's, that's done? too?
It's on there, I didn't talk
It's
about
on
it.
there, okay.
Yeah.
It's been done.
No, it has not been done.
When is it due? It's every 5 years, so we just had,
It was due January 29th.
okay,
I don't know if you guys want us to do it or you want us to train someone to do it. If you give me a guy for 2 days, I'll train. Don't close.
otherwise it's, you guys, because you guys normally do that every 5 years for us.
Yeah,
right?
every 5 years, but we have a service we have to pay because we go a little deeper than normal. But if you guys do it, you don't have to do that. So we have to pay someone to do record search for, so that's why there's cost on it.
I'd say we can continue to let you do that this year, maybe we can get for someone trained.
If he wants to do it and you wanna do the 2-day thing with Doug, that's fine, it's up to you, whatever
I
you
have no
wanna do.
idea, I don't know what it consists of.
You just train him, is that what you're saying?
It'll be take me about 2 days of training to go through everything. If he wants to do it, it won't cost you anything, that's fine with me.
I have no idea, I have no idea what it entails.
Or if you want to pay us, it'll be $4,500, we'll get it done for you, knock it out, whatever you want.
$4,500 for 2 days?
That's what
I
you
said,
said, yeah.
you have 2 days.
I said, clear Doug's schedule.
Yeah.
I will get with him and we will
Yeah,
get
if
it
you
done.
work with Doug on that,
Yeah.
and then, yeah.
Good.
We're good on the other stuff, then.
And we are gonna charge you $5,000 for the grant,
Yeah, I just see that.
Which one?
the CCMG grant, but you got $500,000 for free, so.
There you go.
Okay, thank you, Ken.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, and he's donating another speaker.
Yeah, we'll get your speaker. We'll get a speaker so you can, yeah. so you can-
Thank you.
You got the coolest setup in the county with that double click.
You're the best, Ken.
Yes, double click and it's there.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Thank
you.
I didn't mean to apologize. Hey Doug? Hey. Sure, 2 days of your life.
Yes. You just got, why you left, we just, recruited you.
volunteered. I don't know.
To do the wellhead testing from here on out. Otherwise, he takes him 2 days to train you to do it. And he said they usually go deeper than normal, so be good on that, but otherwise, they charge us $4,500.
Oh, yeah,
to do it,
okay.
so I'll let you go with that. Said it was due January 29th, and it has not been done yet, and we do it every 5 years.
But is he saying?
Who's training
That's
you?
what,
Ken is
I
gonna
should
train
have
him
asked
to
that,
do
but what I'm asking was it due January 29th or is it due January?
right,
I
that's what
think
I'm not
it's
sure
this
either.
coming.
Okay,
January.
yes, that's what I
Yes.
was thinking, because you said it was due
27th, yes.
January 29th. I think he means.
It's
It's
due.
27th.
It's coming.
Yes, so our 5 years is in January.
Yes,
So,
I mean, that's what I'm hoping.
but I'll just let you get with Ken and figure that out, what all needs to be done with that. And let's see. And you said meeting with Ruth Riley? Thursday. Okay. I'm available by phone if you need me for anything on that. It's you. Your turn.
My turn.
Yeah.
Well, middle of getting quotes for the drainage we want to fix in town. I'm gonna add 2, fix 1. One down here, Walnut Street between 5th and 6th, where the water always stands. I'll add one there, one over 21st Street, where the water always stands, just past Gix in that driveway.
Yes.
Just gonna put one there and
Between
connect it to the
Easton
drain
and
now. 21st and East, yeah, between East and Main. Got one quote here for Mike to dig. Haven't got the other one yet. You guys look at that if you want, but that's doing all three, connecting them all the machinery, everything's like 13.8.
Doug,
Hey,
what was the other place? I can't remember what the other street address was.
Fourth and Earl.
Oh, yeah. That's the one to fix.
It's actually 401 Earl Street. That drains in there, but they never hooked it into nothing.
And Walnut's
So-
between 5th and 6th, right?
Yes, on the south side. Right by the mailbox. There's a lake every time the storm rains.
Walnut between where?
5th and 6th. Right in front of where Brad Brickshire's mom used to live.
Oh, okay, I was thinking there was just two on the other
Yeah.
street, okay. Okay.
That'll just drain the water off our new roads and won't tear up our pavement that way, by sitting there all the time, it deteriorates. the road
Or
really fast.
potentially cholera.
Yeah, people drive over their lane to get out of it.
And this quote's for all three of those, two
Yes.
things, two,
Yeah, explains in there everything is for,
for 10,000 each.
that's actually dig.
Is that,
The other one is, Alan
Alan
George,
George.
he called me today, but he hasn't got to me yet. So he's supposed to give me his estimate soon. He wanted to know what size pipe, and I said, well,
whatever
only
size is
8
that?
inch, but we could go 12 inch, Ken says, so he goes, okay, that's all I need to know.
Do you want this back for now?
I just
Put it in Doug's file.
Okay.
If you want, you can put it in your file back here, I don't know,
I'll put it in there.
whatever.
Did you need those quotes for the tractors too?
No, I was putting a file back here, so we decided
I'll
what
put
we're
it
gonna
over
do.
here
We're
with your
gonna-
stuff.
We're gonna work on this.
What was the other
We
thing?
get out of this first, this Indiana Bank,
Oh, in your bond bank.
Indiana Bond Bank. It's a lease program, lease to buy. Once you pay the lease out, you can, you own the tractor. So it says all about everything in there.
And
It's
is
got
that for,
put on
like, if we decide to go with one of these tractors, we decide
Yes.
on where to go?
Yeah,
Or
we just had
decide
to
on
fill
which
out that
one?
back piece of paper
Okay.
showing how much money we're gonna need, what it's for.
We just
Trade-in
submit the
value of
bids.
our other one, what year it is, what model it is. And also, you can also go through them for police cars, trucks, equipment, anything.
Yeah.
We already have
No,
went
we
through
did
those
Fletcher,
for
yeah.
the, police
Please.
No, did
truck.
you? Well, I just
And
read that,
then-
so it's on there.
Well, I come to find out we did. I didn't realize we did, but
So, yeah, you
I
can
think
pay
it
it
was through
quarterly,
Fletcher or
whatever.
something or other.
Because it says there's 12 different banks in the program.
yeah, Santander Bank was the one we ended up with the police truck.
Okay, so on the green mark,
Mhm.
which figure is it? There's
66.
the 60s, the one on top, 66.
Yeah.
And that's for the loader tractor, the pallet fork, the 7-foot,
Grapple,
grapple. Okay,
laser grader.
okay. And that's what all of these are for, the
And
same,
every
right?
one of those I got everything the same except for the Kubota doesn't have a laser grader, it just has like a box on the back like we have now for the alleys. But they all have the extra, hydraulic hookup in the front for if you wanna put a sweeper on it later or rent a sweeper for the town streets or
Could use that.
anything, snow
Yes.
blower, anything, yeah. Yeah, I thought we could use that sweeper too a lot for the,
Yes.
after the winter, we get all that gravel and sand and
Any heavy torrential
fills up our
rains and all that
ditches,
stuff.
or ditches, or drains.
I am going to ask a really stupid question. So, aren't Kubota smaller? I mean, they have, no? Like,
It's
how
not
big
really,
are
I mean, it's smaller, I think the cab's a little smaller, but it's got the same horsepower more than
Right.
getting anything else.
I was just thinking, I'm just trying to picture the size, cause I guess the,
Well,
I'm
Brooke-
thinking
Brooke
like,
has a Kubota.
what's his name?
That's it. Herbie?
Nope.
Oh,
Herbie's got it.
The-
It's
Down there, over
that's-
on my side of town,
Yeah,
but the barn,
the cattle, mama,
we
Yeah, I know what you're
redid
talking about.
the power to his barn.
Oh.
Lattimore.
Yeah, isn't that what he's got as a Kubota?
I don't know.
No case.
No, he has a case,
Oh, okay, okay,
yeah.
okay.
Brookston has a Kubota, Remington has a Kubota, and Brookston said they love it. It's
Yeah.
got plenty of power, does what they need. I mean, I don't know, the way I did things was I would take the cheapest and the top, and the expensive, and then myself, I would buy the middle grade, whatever, because just what I do.
That's,
Up to you guys. Middle grade is the case I eat.
And that's the
But
big
they're
one.
Remington, they're local, and John Deere's local, and Kubota's local. And, Kubota says if we had any problem with it at all, they'll come, pick it up, fix it on the spot, or take it where it needs to go, get it fixed. Providing something like that was to happen, John Deere, same way, they all have I don't think Kubota has a service truck, but the others do. They come out and fix it on the spot, Anything under warranty.
did they happen to say anything about their, like, pricing out there?
Pricing?
Like their labor, like we talked about
Well, for
earlier.
6 years, for
so-
2 years, you pay nothing. And then after that, 4 more years, you got drivetrain, which is motor transmission, that's all warranty for 4 more years.
Like we were talking about how
2 years is bumper to
John
bumper.
Deere is expensive.
Mhm.
That's what I was, what I mean. they're
2
like-
years bumper to bumper on the case and the Kubota, not the John Deere. The John Deere's a 24.
The John Deere's
Being
are
sold
24,
as a
the other
new
two are
used.
26s.
Yes.
When you get these, can you send the, or these, the.
Scan them and send?
Scan them and send them, please. And then the Indiana volunteer,
Yeah.
Yeah, just for information. Okay.
So we got those, the backboard come in today for the other basketball goal. We can get it put up this week. RMC is supposed to give me first of the week to drill the holes for the new scoreboard. I'll get it put up. And then they'll hook the wiring up too. That brings me to you. We're gonna have to get with somebody on the ball leagues to see who's gonna be running this remote control deal, because they're real expensive. We don't want kids doing it.
I'll see Brady Thursday, so I'll talk to him
You
about
have to
that.
designate somebody, adult, a family member, whatever, there's no kids.
Yeah.
When it comes in a case, it's pretty heavy,
And it's wireless, I
it's
believe.
wireless, yes.
There
So
used
that's
to
what I'm
be
saying. I don't
platforms
want
up there
some-
years ago
I
where
don't
they
want a
set
child to
those.
throw it on the ground,
Yeah, we might have
And there
to,
might be one of those that we store in the concession stand
Yeah.
afterwards too.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
You don't wanna leave it out.
It's another-
yeah, we'll probably want to get like 2 people trained, like a backup type person, so. Like I said, I'll see Brady Thursday, so I'll talk to him about that.
Good. We're doing our normal stuff every day, picking up and mowing grass. Here lately, has been mowing a lot of grass. Let's see, don't have any quotes on the Ansel system yet for the Legion. I don't know why they haven't got with me, they didn't get with you, did it, Renee? On the Ansel system in the kitchen. We were supposed to do that like 2 months ago, they haven't got back with me. She did call me. She said, "Did you get my quote?" I said, "No." What's your email? I told her again, because I found out until she was supposed to send it then, she still didn't. So that's still a standstill. Yeah, I got to tell you about our AC coming on. I went and fixed the Legion, they did come and fix the outlets at the Legion. They put more on the south wall.
They
But
did
put
not
a
yet.
4-prong over there instead of just a 2. But they didn't put any more than that one. So the 2 by the window where you serve, they're fixed now. The neutrals were backwards. They're fixed now.
Oh,
All that
jeez.
stuff's good. Yeah.
So are they gonna come back and put some more on the south wall?
Well,
'Cause
he
that was
had
part of
talked to his dad.
Because that was part of that estimate.
No. I said, I
Did
said,
we
we're
pay
supposed to have
Did we pay that? Yeah.
already paid it. Yeah. Speaking of that, GT Carts called me.
Remind me.
It's paid.
It's paid? Okay. So he don't know it's paid evidently. He
Well,
told me yesterday.
You never know when the, that's the deal. That's the deal with the mail. That's why Amy brought up the EFT, like the mail's
Yeah.
taking forever for anything.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if we had the US mail in a couple of years.
At the rate we're going, yeah.
Coach and the tractor, coach are working on for that. And we did some major stuff down at the wastewater plant, as far as cleaning the weirs and cleaning the building, and we got a new inspector coming any day now, so even Scott don't know who this guy is, he's all wants to make sure it's be with you, and if you have to.
Doug, I have a question.
Mhm.
Did you ever get with me and tell me what kind of hose he wanted?
Garden hose, I bought it at Menards, it's on the.
Okay, good.
Whether it's what he wanted or not, I bought it, cause it's
I got that
$100,
from Legion the other day.
100-foot hose, and it's gonna work.
Oh, and then you just, yeah, that's right, you wrote it in.
Yeah. Okay, that's all I have. I believe,
Sorry.
that's all we had. Looks like it's, I got it all looked out.
Thank you.
I did tell you the warranties on the tractors were all the same as John
How
Deere.
soon do you need a decision on the tractor?
Oh, we got the trees cut down.
Well,
Part.
Yeah.
Can we
I
decide?
think we're gonna fill that
Yeah.
out, send that in, and hopefully it says we can get, information back in 7 to 10 days, so. We'll see
So
what they do
maybe-
for us first.
Maybe we'll know by.
Are you okay, Pam?
Yeah, I just get these Charlie horses because I have bad knees, and they're bad. Let's see. Oh,
Yeah, we got the trees cut down over the park.
You want to call it.
And
You did say Renee, right?
I
I think got one trimmed.
So, okay, let me go with this first. Okay, so on the CCMG, yes, everything has been reported where it was supposed to be. I see on here that you wanted to know if it was posted on the town website or it was posted in the alert or something. What was it? Oh, newspaper, we don't have to advertise in a newspaper anymore at all. The social media, and like the town website, 10 days ahead of time, and 10 days ahead of time, I have to post it on the door. So everything's good on that. Anyone on anything that goes on, anyone can get on Gateway. You just gotta go on to, Gateway, you put in Indiana Gateway, and it says, then you have to put in Town of Chalmers, and you can check anything as far as records, okay? So, and that's financial records, that's, anything. Okay, so, and that has anything on the CCMG. So I have all the CCMG paperwork here. The additional appropriations, are going to be, this is the list. NVH restricted, 24,155.34. Local road and street is 10,300. NVH, regular NVH, not restricted, unrestricted, 24,000. Riverboat, 5,938. CCI, cumulative capital improvement,
Hold on a second. You said riverboat was how much?
5,938.
Sorry.
And then, CCI is 1,337.82. And this is all online too, it's just like this. And then, cumulative development income tax, the CEDIT, is $12,557.40. And edit would be the economic development income tax. Edit is $24,795.52 for a total of $103,136.46.
What was that
Okay,
you told me?
wait.
Oh.
Wait, because that's confusing to you guys.
Yeah.
So, that was the proposed. So then, we also still have from last CCMG, we have 32,234.79. So the totals, of the proposed, adopted budget, capital budget, and the additional appropriation, all of those together ends up to be the 1,012,308.17, which was the total of the match that we needed. So,
Now keep in mind, we may not use all of that because some of those spots were previously done, like East Street. from 43 to the entrance of East Street. 43 in West Main, and what was the other? 43 in West Walnut. So that may come down. We may not
On
have
the
to
west
use.
side of the road. was
Yeah.
already done.
So, in talking to Amber from Baker Tilly about this, you know, I was giving her, she says, note that some of the funds you've listed below will need additional appropriations and proceed with caution because you will draw down a significant amount of the fund balance. So like MBH restricted, we're pretty much cleaning it out. But like we said before, those things get replenished. We've got, but basically we're starting from ground zero again on these things. So she also suggested take a year off, because we said something about taking a year off, but then we,
Right. In this.
but
Yeah.
she did suggest that we strongly need to consider not going after any type of matching grant for a year, for at least a year, possibly two.
So all of these that are listed here these are all that will replenish.
Well, that CCMG one
It's
will
not.
not.
But the other ones like the
So how we ended up with that CCMG was, that was the match that we put in there last time, and we didn't spend all the match, and then remember I had to write them a $7,000 check. So that was the money that was left. So we're good on that. And then so the two income tax ones, the seeded edit, those naturally we get money each tax.
Yeah.
So, and then, the other ones, let's see, like, local road and street, MVH, we get, cumulative capital improvement. I don't know why that one's so hard for me, but, those are monthly. We get a little bit monthly each month, usually, around 11,000 a month.
So then when we do decide to pull from these, can we choose which ones we pull from first? Like CCMG and
We're
depending on how it
we're pulling what's there. Everything's
we'll pull everything.
like what is already written in the,
Yeah.
because this is what I
So-
submitted is our actual totals that were.
So then what gets pulled could be potentially that we don't use would go to CCMG.
Oh, okay, so so all of this will get pulled and I'll put it in the CCMG
Okay.
fund. And then it'll just come out of there, and then after it's closed, then we can figure out percentages or whatever to
put back.
Okay. Gotcha. Just so I know in my mind, if we have money left over, how do we know where to put it back?
Yeah, and it'll be another thing where I'll go through and Amber, hey.
Right.
I'm
let's-
hoping we have money left over.
Yeah, I am too. I am too, because
Sorry.
this out here, I don't know if anybody happened to go by here yesterday. I almost had to call for a boat to get to my Jeep.
Well, is part
Parked
of
where
that
it's parked.
drain? Is part of that drain still? Remember, it got sealed.
I talked to Ken about it today, and Ken said he thinks from when the stuff was laid over it, remember? So you're remembering what I was
Yeah,
talking
because I
about.
remember seeing that when it got paid.
And I
was
can't
like,
remember who did that, but.
I do. Yeah. I don't.
Yeah. He wants to have it jetted out.
Yeah.
But it was completely covered. Remember, they filled in the drain.
Yeah.
When
They
they
covered
put
up
that,
the whole drain
those
and did the
millings on
sidewalk.
Oh,
And that was on the first paving project we had with. I think Ray Friday did that. Yeah. But is that something that AccuDate does?
Yeah.
So if we end up using them for the storm drains, is that something we can see
Oh,
what they
yeah,
would do?
I could say, hey, we're gonna.
While you're here.
Liz, can you get that out for us?
While you're here.
Um,
Now, Alan George doesn't have anything like that.
Right.
So another thing I want to tell you that I've started doing. So you know when you told me to pay that AccuDig bill, and so I paid it. And he disputed it. They knocked it down. Okay. So then they had to give us a credit. Well, in the whole mix of it, then they go back, and I had to call him because they went back. They looked and they said that we didn't pay $1,040 something, it's 36 cents or something. So
From them.
no.
Oh.
From a year ago.
Yes. So when they cleaned out the storm drains, evidently they came 2 separate days. They charged us the exact same amount. The bills were 2 days apart. No, well, I'm not saying, I mean,
2
one was
days.
this day and one was this day.
Yeah.
And
Same amount of money, so we thought it was just one.
And-
It was a duplicate.
they were switching to,
It's just on the computer.
what is their,
Like a new
QuickBooks.
billing system.
QuickBooks.
and so I asked them, so can you tell me when that second bill was sent? They couldn't find it either.
I lost.
But because of the switchover. So it never came. So I had Linda check her computer. I checked my computer. Anyway, the credit covered almost all of it except for $219. And I went ahead and paid the $219. But because of this, from now on, when I get a bill, because he sets up the work, they give him a quote,
Right.
then they send me a bill.
And you don't know.
So I'm having him come in, we go over all bills,
Yeah.
and
Perfect.
he's gonna sign, so we're on the same page of this
Good
bill,
idea.
so we don't run into that
Right.
kind of thing again.
Well, like you said, you were able to get that
Negotiate
negotiated
down.
down. So.
Well, remember we had that other one that they tried to say they sent us and they hadn't sent it,
Right.
and then, we got them to, like, what, no, you can't make up a bill now, that was for the,
Yeah.
something from Canada, oh, the
No.
Weir thing, or flight thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to let you know that Doug and I have discussed that we're going to do that. I'm in the middle of trying to get sales tax back once again from Rural King. They did this to Doug last year.
Yeah.
And they did it again. They charged us $7.19 worth of sales tax. Well, we're not supposed to be paying sales tax. But I just want to be transparent with you that there is sales tax on a receipt. We're disputing it, trying to get them to credit. So I may have to get it put back. I may have to have Doug drive over to Rural King again, just to get $7 and, I mean, can we just put a jar in here?
Yeah.
Like, honestly.
Yeah.
That's why I want to ask, the state board of accounts, can we just put a jar in there? I'll just throw a couple dollars in there and there's your, because of that. I mean, that's ridiculous. You know
Well,
what I
I
mean?
was
Like,
there and they said, well, I know I have it on file, but they couldn't find it. So then she said, okay, I'll just do it this way. So I was like, all right, cool. That way you're not paying sales tax. So I took the receipt, sent it to her, and they charged me sales tax.
I looked at it and like, crap, sales tax. But anyway, I mean, to be transparent, like we're disputing that. Oh, and the thing that he disputed with the bank, we did get a letter back on it and we have to pay. And Amazon once again. So did the thing, like we said, had soap for the park, ordered it, had it my address at home to have it sent there, because to send it to the garage, it's going to be, nobody's there most of the time, you know what I mean? And that's how it should be, right? So anyway, I'm arguing with the seller on Amazon, and he says it was dropped off, and I said, okay, because you sent me an email that nobody was available to drop off the shipment, okay? And I'm like, so the email says you'll make another attempt. So then, arguing with him, he won't hear what I have to say. Then I get an email that says it was left with the front desk clerk, at the front desk with the clerk. I said, could you please send me a picture?
Right.
And he's like, I don't know that they took a picture. You didn't get. I'm like, no. He said, well, they left it with the front desk clerk. I said, listen, it's my home address. There is no front desk clerk. There's no front desk clerk there. I said, the clerk that your driver is saying that he left it with sits in the office with me.
Yeah.
And it didn't, that's not the address that was
Right.
on the, so anyway, now there's a dispute with the guarantee, A to Z guarantee with Amazon. And I just about had it with Amazon. Like I'm serious. Like it's asinine ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
no matter where we're trying to ship anything, it's,
Not getting delivered.
so anyway, I'm trying to get the $68.95 or whatever it is back, $69.06, I don't know. But anyway, so that's a dispute with there. But the problem being is, if you order those things other places,
Right.
the price difference is
Yeah.
ridiculous. So I don't know what to do. I just want to let you guys know that I'm arguing with them.
What have you checked with Sam's? Is it? Do we have a thing with?
We have a Sam's card. I don't think they do Gojo, like those types things,
Gotcha.
but some of the stuff we can get there, probably, yeah.
'Cause
But I know like
something that-
Staples compared to Amazon for like office supply type
Oh, yeah,
things, like,
Staples is expensive.
yes, that, like, there was a $40 difference in envelopes.
Mhm. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
And there is some kind of office supply thing over there that's,
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
she dropped off a book, so I need to check with her on things like that too, but.
I forgot about that.
So, but the good thing about Staples is you get Staples points. So like those two new things over there cost, I used my $308 worth of Staples bucks. So I got those two and a bunch of like 50 hanging files for like 200 and I don't know, it's on the thing. But anyway, just let me know on that. Then so you guys got the minutes for, April 2nd meeting, which was the special public hearing on the, I can't even know what that was on.
That one was like word for word. I was like, why is this thing so long?
Well, because it wasn't plotted.
Oh,
So I was just going by like exactly what I had written in my notes, just writing it out. Is that okay? I think
yeah, I
that-
just thought it was funny because
right.
it was so long.
Huh?
Because it was so long.
Well, and I never know how much on those things on the memorandums like that,
Yeah, you could have shortened it.
like what do I need, what needs to be there, what doesn't.
Yeah.
So if there's anything, like I said, anytime I send these things to you, if there's something you guys think needs struck, that's fine. I mean, I can always change it. And then the other meeting minutes were the April 14th. And I think we might want to go through, I don't know if you want to do this or not.
They're out in my truck.
Oh, here, you might want to go through,
Did you guys get it? You say you
I
didn't get it?
don't remember
Let's just,
getting it
let's
either.
table those until the next meeting. Can we do that? You didn't get them?
Oh. I don't understand us.
I sent you guys like four different emails.
Yeah.
Oh,
This one
I
was
didn't
like
get four. I
yesterday,
think I
I
got one or two.
But what I wanted to ask you to do was, we might want to go through our,
It's not my truck.
I can post the drafts. And then, but, cause I need to get them on there. The ones are the second, but anyway, you might want to just look at them and let's go through the next arrangements. Cause you usually do that, you know what I mean? So that way we know what we've taken care of on this to see what we needed. And then, yes, then we can table until next meeting or whatever, the vote or whatever. But just so we can tick off those things and then we know.
So, is that all you had was this and then we'll go on. So, final paperwork for the community cares grant. We gotta get the letters to Ken. I'll work on those. Pay the voucher IT invoices.
Those were paid.
Pay
Do you want me, I guess I could have read it, so you don't have to.
It's okay.
Or Amy, can you read it?
I can read it.
Personnel policy. Oh my god. That will be done for next meeting.
I do need
had
those
to
Notes, please.
revise, yes, all of that. I've had to revise it so many times because I read through it, and there's so much, what do we call that? Word garbage or word salad.
Yes, word salad.
And I'm like,
is
it stuff is repeated so many times, but I think I finally have it all. a memorandum for a special meeting about the West One, that was the,
That was the one, yes, I just gave you, but you guys aren't voting on it. Yeah.
check the Bowser to see the Microsoft Store purchases included in the software package.
It's not in the software.
Okay.
That's for the Microsoft 365.
Okay. Didn't hurt to ask. Collier to ask Amber about the excess levy. Collier to provide, CT to provide
It's fine.
report showing Legion rental fees and income.
I see, did you get those? I sent, see, that's another thing I sent. So
I got
I can tell you that right now, what it was. 175 since the beginning of the year is what we've taken in. That was to the end of March. Because I can't go to the end of April yet.
So January to March.
So January to March, we've taken in 175 Legion rental fees, yes.
Okay.
It was I sent you the whole revenue report for the year, and I sent you, of course, the fund report with investments, and yes, those,
Those I got.
all of those, so.
CT provide report showing Legion rental fees, that's there. Do you mind resending that? What was it, the revenue report?
Revenue report.
Do you mind resending that just in case you guys remember getting that?
Yeah, I can read for it. Would have been, this was
Revenue
probably
report.
yesterday. The revenue
Okay.
report should have been yesterday.
Never mind, we got that.
And the minutes were sent yesterday. Minutes were sent yesterday also. Because I said I was gonna send them on Friday, and then I came in,
Yeah, I didn't get anything
I came in yesterday and I was like, oh, well, there sits that.
Okay.
I
So,
got this, and then I got where you asked us if we were available Monday to meet with
Yeah.
that guy.
yeah.
I think that's the only thing.
I went ahead and just canceled that
Yeah.
and said, we'll try to do it some other time if somebody has time to meet with you or whatever.
And then the mission refund, you're working on that?
Well, Ken said he tried to call him again yesterday and they're not budging on sending it back. I said, well, they're not charging us anymore. He thought they were still trying to charge us too. And I said, they're not charging us. We're just trying to get that
Right.
done.
Yeah.
So I told him, I said, I'd be more than happy to try to call him and see if I can get anything done.
Okay.
So, yeah, his latest attempt was 2 days ago. So he gave me all the information. I'm gonna try again, see, I don't know.
Special cleaning for the town hall, do the mice infestation, arrange for.
Is the mice better?
For the mice better?
Yes, but we still need to have the fire department
Oh, yeah.
clean. We need to ask them, like, or tell them, like, you have got to clean.
I'll get with Mike and give him a deadline, we need it done by.
And then the spraying of the, Doug left, the spraying of the, sorry, I was like, Doug, they wanted $300 to spray for the termites. And, Doug said or termites and ants, he had contacted because he has them at his house right now, and they quoted him, a different company quoted him $100.
Oh, wow.
But the guy from Ajax, nice guy, he said that he gave me what he could order and he could spray with, which would probably be the cheapest.
Yeah.
Right, Doug? He said $300 to spray, didn't he? So I didn't have him spray because, but then he did give me what I said that he could order that
That's
we
right.
could do it ourselves.
Cool. The post town hall, still working on that.
I don't know, what are we gonna do? I know you probably got an idea, I don't know.
Yeah.
Run a post beside it,
And,
Miriam?
Attention.
Yeah, something,
and then you looked
it's
into the
called scab on
permanent
to it,
records.
yeah, and then probably insulate it.
TIF annual report, we haven't got that yet. Rebecca.
You didn't get it?
I don't know who she would. I haven't gotten anything from her. In
So
weeks.
she sent me like,
Yeah.
you know, like I gave her that thing that night, but for some reason, this happened to me last year. For some reason, the report that they send me, or they sent her, that she sent me, the TIF district report, again, will not upload into Gateway. So I put in all the information that we had that night, and I'm still in the process of trying to get help to get our TIF district to upload. But it hasn't changed, but I had the same
You
problem
got it?
last year.
TIF
I got something that she
Rebecca?
had sent to you, me, him.
Yeah, because we're on the
never got
TIF,
it.
we're on the TIF board.
I
Yeah.
need to find out.
But that was a
Okay.
couple
Yeah. Yeah,
weeks ago, probably 2 weeks
the
ago.
thing that I had to fill out that
Yeah.
we talked about at the
Yeah.
last meeting, yes.
Yeah,
And
cause
then I
she's
gave
gonna,
her that, and then she just typed it in and just sent it.
We don't have to sign anything?
she said she was
Okay.
gonna send it to council members to approve. So she must send it to you guys. I don't
I remember
remember.
the TIF council,
Maybe that's what.
Maybe.
because that would be the TIF
Yeah.
council.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
But I mean, it's no big deal, like I got a copy of it, I can send it, it's just what we talked about who was
Right.
this person, who was that person.
Right.
Okay. Post information about the Vietnam Veterans Memorial event on the website and
I do not have that, I forgot, I do need to get that.
arrange community service workers to paint town fire hydrants. I know you're working on that.
That's,
Doug's
working on that.
Yeah.
did you send me the paint to order, or did you find what kind of paint?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss something.
Yeah.
And then
Probably more like
storm
a-
drains at Walnut and Fourth and Earl. That's being worked on. Gathering quotes from the detractor. I can mark that off, right?
Yeah.
You guys are to remove the thorn trees from the park. That was done. Treasurer to verify insurance coverage on town tools and equipment.
Once again, still waiting on Epic to
Okay.
get back with me. That's one thing we seriously have to look at next year, like I was telling him yesterday, we probably paid out with everything that we've added
Yes.
this year, probably around
It's-
$20,000 more,
Yeah.
which
That's
we have a lot
on my
of
list because
operating
it
things that
seems
are-
very high.
going to be, and utilities, we're running negative in utilities. Because of there, and then we've added, well, we paid all the utilities for the town, but with the park taking as big a cut budget-wise, and then about 60% of the park's budget goes towards insurance. The park has, like, when you're saying these things that need done at the park, like, the park doesn't even have enough money to cover those. So the town's doing those, and then with the fire department not paying any utilities. So that's something we gotta seriously look at in the next year's budget.
Those things I figure for the park, the trustee money.
Right, yeah, oh yeah, I know what you mean, but what
There's
I'm
no way
saying
the
is
town can
like,
do it. No.
they
Yeah.
have next to
Right.
nothing, you know, which is unfair to parks, like the way they made those cuts, but.
Okay, so that'll be that. 88 compliance plan. Who did we figure out the 88
You
contact?
guys said that you thought it was
Ashley, I
Ashley,
think.
right.
But I
Ashley,
couldn't find it on paper.
White,
when I went there.
White, you're
Yes.
right, white.
So I'll look into that again.
Yeah.
Why were we looking? We have to come up with a compliance
That was
plan for.
Janie. That would be right there in that folder. I just thought about that. That
That's
top folder right there, that's the January minutes, right?
I think so. Okay,
So whoever was signed that would be
and
written somewhere in there.
then, research funding, opportunities for park improvements, INPA, Carol White, and RMC, Arts Federation, that's a continuing thing. Contact Remington and Plainfield for additional on ADA compliance park projects.
That would be when we find out who the ADA.
Yeah. And get the signed summer league contract notarized. Does that have to be notarized?
The what?
The what?
Summer league contract, I
just-
think it's
I mean,
just signed, right?
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, I
And
can wait
it was-
till, I mean, my part.
Okay, so they have signed it?
Well, I'll go ahead and update.
Okay.
Brady's had a hard time getting in here, so I'm gonna be with him Thursday, get the check. He did text me the insurance policy. The new one starts May 8th, so we'll have to get a new one at that point. So anyway, yeah, we're on track.
Perfect. Coordinate with Travis and RMC installation of the school board. That's ongoing. Could create and distribute a flyer for the spring cleanup. Done deal. Inform Ken that Reef Riley bid was accepted. Review tree trimming ordinance and the residents proposed changes. Rebecca was I don't actually think we have a tree trimming ordinance.
We do, it's 1,005,000 years old, remember it was $5.
Yes, because most of it is in the, like, nuisance and
Right.
sidewalks, it's in a
Yes, the
variety.
penalty was $5.
Yes,
Yes.
so I'll put Rebecca on that. Okay, so that's been updated,
Okay,
and then,
I just like to go, that helps us stay.
yeah, so then if we can resend those out, and then we'll,
I didn't see it.
Okay, maybe.
okay,
I
I'll look at
thought it was that
I'll look
first
at
one that we did it in.
I mean,
But anyway,
it is, that's election officers, but I
Yeah.
don't see anything
I don't
about
remember, I
ADA.
think it might have been something we talked about after the fact.
Oh, okay, well then I'll look, it's fine.
So
Okay.
minutes will, if you'll send those back out, we'll, vote on those at May 12th meeting.
Okay, and then I have, in talking to On Point, the other day about just trash stuff, they wanted to know if you guys had considered at all the contract. It's not over until the 31st, but, they said if we want to continue, they would go with the same price as it is now, which is what, $13.65 a trash cart. 1365. They'll continue with that for the next 2 years if you want to renew with them. But he just wanted to know like what you guys were thinking on that because he's trying to plan ahead for next year.
When is that up?
It's not due and it's not up until the 31st of December.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
but it doesn't hurt to consider it early.
Right. Do you want to check and see? I don't know who else.
It's up to you guys.
Apex and,
That's what we had before.
yeah,
Oh yeah, Apex we had before.
check with Apex and maybe another one and we can look into that. Cause I would just assume get it done sooner than
Get
later.
started, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I
And
said
then make sure that they have the spring and cleanup in there too.
because we don't have to rebid it if we're
Right,
going with them. So if
Right.
they'll give you a general idea, then we could,
and with the price of gas, I look for some of them to
Go out.
increase it.
yeah. And then I have the two, you guys did get the receipts. I don't understand why some of them are going and some of them aren't. And maybe it's just that you guys didn't have time to look them up last night, maybe, I don't know.
I don't think I got
Because they were sent
I
yesterday.
looked this morning, I didn't see none on mine.
Because it shows Linda got them and Linda kept coming back here, well, what about? So, I know Linda got them, so I know they went.
The last message I got from you was Thursday.
I don't understand what's going on with that.
I don't know,
Because it shows up on my phone.
that's weird. And is that about the same for you too then?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got them Wednesday and Thursday, I got messages
I don't know,
from
does
you.
that have something to do with it not being,
Who knows?
I don't know.
It rained.
Right, that's another thing I have. So you guys don't have these either. I mean, these we don't have to vote on, if you guys wanna see them, this just shows you.
What is it?
They're just the ones you guys review and sign.
Oh, you're fine. We can
So
do
those
that.
are
Golf cart
February
fees
and March.
Yeah, that's
So
good.
that's caught up. That's where you'll see the 175. And then you guys did get the claims though. Those
Yes.
were sent on Thursday.
Got the claims.
Okay, so I have claims. Can we do
We got
claims?
three claims. Do you want us to sign these today? If we're
Yeah, I mean, because we don't vote. It's
Right.
just that you guys review them
Review
and,
them.
and don't have any, and you can ask me questions on them. So here is the claims. So I know you guys all saw those. So if you have
Yes.
questions on those, we can go over that and then we can vote on claims.
I'm putting that sideways because we didn't vote on it.
But just so you know, I will have to post drafts, if that's okay.
Have what? Say that again.
Post drafts of the meetings,
What do you mean?
meeting minutes, post the drafts.
Oh, gotcha.
Because it says that they have to be like within so many,
Yeah.
So I turned that one sideways because we need to
You can look at that one if you want.
yeah.
And with us only doing one meeting a month, that, so vote on claims.
Yes.
So. Miscellaneous receipts. So we're all caught up on miscellaneous receipts.
Those are in your pack. So some of these on claims, are they duplicates or was more than one? Like Comcast,
Okay, so
Voice Edge is on
February
twice the
to
two
March.
amounts.
February, since February was a short month, was withheld at the beginning of March.
Okay,
And then the regular one was at the end of March.
Okay,
So,
And then-
that happened with Comcast and.
the trash,
Yeah.
trash.
Yeah, I even called him on that. And he said, well, they're not due till the 31st.
You're like, there is no 30. And then what about the police MiFi? There's two of those.
That fell like that.
Okay, I just didn't know if they were
It's so weird.
duplicates or
I mean, I would have thought they would have
confused.
withheld it on the 28th. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But
Yeah.
somehow, in their mind, it's so many days
Days.
apart, not
Yeah.
not like I think in the month that it's done, you know. So, yeah. And then remember
What?
on EFTs and credit cards, sometimes and in receipts, a lot of times they're not receipted in on the day
Right.
they're towards the end of the month.
Right.
What?
It's got March and April.
Yes.
Did we pay late fees for March?
Don't pay.
Or
late
was
fees.
it electronic or?
There's no late fees.
It's on the
That's the one we considered doing as an EFT,
Oh.
but it's
March, April.
with it being so like I need to find out if there's a way to get the EFTs, like, I think we talked about this one other time, you can send multiple
Yes,
EFTs.
and then you're only paying for one file.
You're
and you can
paying
put
for one
multiple
file,
things
but
in
it's
it.
so confusing. I don't know,
Yeah, I
have you
know.
ever went on there and looked
No.
at?
HostGator, is that the same thing?
So the HostGator, I was gonna talk to you about that, that's that whole thing I've been complaining about voucher. Is, so that's the hosting fee for our webpage still, the 74 or whatever.
okay.
And then the other one is the hosting of our emails, because
Oh,
they still don't have them switched. We still are not with Indiana Office of Technology. Still.
and what if they said?
That's why I was so defensive when he was sitting here and it was like,
So the
about paying that
24
bill,
is
like
for-
you want me to, you're demanding I pay a bill for something you haven't done. What?
So the hosting for the 2419, that's for yours and the deputy clerk's emails?
That's for emails.
Okay. And then
And,
the hosting
and
fees
Doug's-
for.
And Doug's.
And read my own, and Doug's email.
And then the other is the webpage,
Webpage.
like cause they own the webpage, like, I don't know what that word, what I want.
HostGator,
It's got domain or whatever.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and then, but our webpage is through rural water, and I just got that bill, that's $618 for the year.
okay.
I just got that in there. Okay,
Any other questions? Me? Go ahead. Yeah.
Make a motion to accept claims dated 4/28/2026 for $131,672.49.
I have a motion to accept 4/28/26 claims totaling $131,672.49. Do I have a second? Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. I couldn't think what your initials were.
and on the Comcast thing, remember we were without Comcast again. Talked to Comcast, and they have he's supposed to be coming tomorrow. So I wanna know if you guys are okay with this or not. It's called, like a guaranteed dedicated fiber. That's what
Oh,
it's
yeah.
called.
Yes, I know what that
So,
is.
yes, so and it'll go on our phone, and our internet computers, whatever. So 99.99% guaranteed uptime. So every time it rains, we don't lose
Right.
service. The internet and then we'd have the internet standard. Let me back up. Here at the town hall, 300 Mbps dedicated fiber, SLA guaranteed uptime, 99.99%, reduced latency network on glass, full duplex symmetrical fiber, 300 Mbps upload and download, one phone line, VoIP phones, 3 seats, so there's 3 VoIP. Yeah, whatever.
Phones,
VoIP. 3 poly 350 phones. That's the, I think maybe that's the
I think those are
brand name.
Yeah.
Phones SLA back with 99.99%. Equipment, and then the charge is $599.65 per month. Okay, but right now we're already paying $432.46 per month. And then for 307 South 2nd Street, which is the garage, the standard upload speed, download speeds, the equipment and tax. So, and that one would go up go down. Was $108.91. It's going to go down to $107.95. So total, we would be paying $166.23 per month more, but we would have much faster internet over glass and with 9 times upload speed. Future proofed as cloud becomes more needed. Dedicated pipe means no sharing with neighbors, better security. Guaranteed uptime with service level agreement, 99.99%. So it would cost us $166.23 more per month. And we're already at $541.37 per month, so that would raise us to $707.60 per month. We don't have. They will pay all the equipment fees. All the equipment fees are like $20,000.
For how long?
Probably a year.
The term is 60 months.
Oh,
So-
5 years.
5 years. So 166 more per month for 5 years.
And that might actually help with some of the server problems.
Well, and it's going to help with. I mean, just you don't know how many days that
'Cause
Linda and I are up here, and we're
It's
crippled.
antiquated, yeah.
You know, and
I guarantee that's not been updated in
it just
years.
gets so aggravating. You know what I mean? We're just totally crippled when that happens.
So are we it's affordable for the
Well, so the deal is you know that I was talking to Doug about this. So those types of things, basically, there's this little bit of my time that is spent on anything other than utilities. You know what I mean? And same with them. Like it's basically utility. So it would come, what I would like to do is us sit down, if we go with this, is let's sit down and revisit our percentages of what we pay some of those things out of. You know what I mean? Because, we got rid of communications and transportation out of the regular budget. So I think we should look at it so I can show you guys.
Which we should do that in June, July anyways for budget reasons.
Right, and but I mean we can change those percentages. Those percentages aren't a set thing. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we can change those at any time.
Can you go through and kind of make a recommendation for us to?
Yes, I mean,
Okay.
but I'm not saying we absolutely have to have this. I'm just saying it sure would
I
help
think it
on
would
those
help.
times that we're.
If most of that can come out of utilities, I say we do it because I really do think it would help all of the
I mean, you figure
issues.
you split that 166 by 4, there, it's not really going to touch them.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's not going to hurt them.
Yeah.
I'd
So,
say do it. What are your thoughts? For 5 years it's locked in?
So can I,
Well, been for 5 years.
Yeah.
so can I get a vote? Here, let me find that page.
Obviously,
And then he's coming tomorrow. And I told him that I would bring it to you. He has my name spelled wrong, of course. But if you wanna, I guess I need a vote. I need a vote that you guys accept it and vote that I can sign the contract with him. If that's what you guys wanna do.
Okay.
And then that gives you the information on what he did, I guess, to make the motion. I know that, Brookson also went with it because, and tomorrow he has to go to Reynolds. So
There you go.
there's, most of these towns are.
Do we make a motion to accept the proposal from Comcast? The Comcast business and allow Renee to sign the contract.
I have a motion to accept the contract, the Comcast business contract, and allow Renee to sign the contract. Do I have a second?
So,
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0.
You put that in your pocket?
I'll just add this to your little phone.
I don't know. Here, you can have mine.
I like having that thing there. That's how, okay, and then we had delinquents. It's still, actually, we did collect, $700 in just last week off of some of the old
Nice.
delinquents that are with Trex.
Nice.
So tax time does help us a little bit. But, those 30 days past due, those are late fees. I don't know why some people refuse to pay their late fees when they're turning in late. You might as well go ahead, but they wait and, they wait and then they're added to their next bill. So those, no worries that, I have zero worries that we're not going to get those late fees because some of them just do it that way. And then I think that was. I have had, and I'm just mentioning this, please don't shoot the messenger. I've had questions on what's acceptable amount of time to miss.
Yeah, he is 7 days straight this week. Training, because I sent a thing to everybody yesterday to make sure I have one. He had training at Purdue, so I'm like, I've got to have you here.
Yes, I mean,
I have been,
I'm not trying, it's
Because
been
the
asked
main
to me
thing-
and I told them,
right, the main thing is we have to have a quorum.
you're right.
So whether we have 3, because if it didn't have a quorum, we would have had to reschedule. So,
Well, and the
Yeah.
other thing is like, I'm saying this to you guys. How fair is it
I know.
Right. Yeah, we get it.
that the
Because
same amount is
I've been
going?
working on that for the last 2 months, let me tell you.
And I get it. Their jobs are demanding and neither one of them had those jobs when they took the position. But
But yeah, it's being worked on. can tell
I
you
did
that.
tell them that I would mention it, so I just mentioned it. Like I have
That's
no,
how long I have been working on that diligently. Okay, anything else?
no.
David?
No, he's joking.
Oh, it's okay.
Sorry.
You got me going.
I got you going.
Well, the only other thing I have, we've covered everything. As far as the basketball court, we have a stencil order. I'll have to get with Doug about that, cause this isn't a regulation basketball court, and the stencil is, so I'll get with you when it comes
We're talking
in.
about for the line.
Yeah, for the line, right.
Cool.
The free throw lines will be okay, it's the 3-point line. One side will have 3-point line, the other side will not, so.
Who knows, we might be turning out some new NBA players. I mean,
And it's just like him and I talked, it's a half court basketball court. So as long as,
to shoot from.
even like Gus Macker tournaments, sometimes they just have
Half
the
court, yeah.
half court and then you just have to take it back and then, yeah. So
Yeah,
they could still have games there. you
I
know.
walked past the court the other night, and there were a group of like 9th and 10th graders playing, and some 6-year-olds wanted to play, and they welcomed them in, and like they even stopped like when the 6-year-old gets the ball, they're like throw it,
That's
and it was just.
That's awesome.
That's all we need to
Yeah.
see.
That
And
they
once
can
we
pick
get
on.
the other basketball, you know,
Yeah.
basketball, you could have 2 games going
Yeah.
at the same time, so.
Perfect. Anything else?
No, that's all. We covered everything earlier, so. Thank
Okay,
you.
I know we're into this a lot, so if we don't have anything else, we'll go ahead and accept a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you. Motion to adjourn, do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor,
What
aye.
time?
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. We are adjourned at 7:37 p.m.
So it was, Amy Lee.
Amy and Lee, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you put
As
that?
was, as was everything else.
Yeah.
Everything else.
Bam, bam.
Put that
Here's-
paper back in there,
Yes.
that I'm gonna call about,
Which one?
fill out for the tractor.
Oh,
Oh, the
yes.
application?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, if you wanna do that together, if you,
I'll probably come up here, yeah.
cause I think you need to know, like, I think there's something on there where you have to know
Yeah.
our town,
there
the
is.
town finances,
I
so.
don't know the
Two
finance.
side plans.
Yeah,
Don't wanna know.
Comcast.
Sometimes I don't wanna.
Next arrangement thing.
I'll get this Thursday, that's softball agreement.
Okay, perfect, yes.
And then I'll turn this sideways. You can send those things to us.
Yeah, I wrote little
How are you?
stars on things that I needed.
I'm kicking butt and shaking hands. How are you?
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
She's
It's a long
taking
time.
Yes.
And then we could get them, I can get them.
See you later,
Are you-
guys, see ya.
Look, you got her real quick.
Oh.
These are signatures. Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's that.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about. That's that program.
Yeah, that's what made me
I thought it
look.
was in the paper.
Yeah,
I
that's
said it
what,
online, but I
that's what made me look, like, hey,
Thanks, Lee.
Yes, thank you.
the Indiana Bond Bank program that,
That they help municipalities for a really good interest rate on heavy equipment and stuff.
and
Computer. Yeah, who knew?
And so, and here's another
The
thing, so I
finance
had to
fund,
get back,
471 million in equipment purchases.
I had to get Bowser, I had to get with Bowser again,
Did you turn
because
everything off?
I shut the recorder off. Did I shut this?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Nope.